So I was working in a hospital as a young nurse's aide back in the early 90s. One of my patients was a young girl, I think 12 or 13, who had been in a car accident. She was in a coma and hooked up to a ventilator. The doctors told us that she had no brain activity and that they were just keeping her alive until her family decided what to do. You know, pull the plug, donate her organs, that sort of thing. One night, I was taking care of her along with a couple other patients on my shift. There were only 3 of us working that night, so we were a little short-staffed. My job was to turn and reposition all the patients. That meant that I was the only one who was allowed to be in a hospital at night. The doctors and the other nurses would leave around 10 p.m. and I would stay there by myself until 6 a.m. when my shift would end. Anyway, I remember this one night I was going through my rounds, repositioning all the patients, when I started to hear what sounded like screams in the vents. I remember thinking to myself, what the hell is that? It sounded like someone or something was trapped in the air ducts and was really struggling to get out. Then I started hearing these heavy footsteps near my patient's room. I remember thinking, that's impossible. There's no way anyone could be walking around up there. The ceiling was really high and the only way to get up there was with a ladder. And I was pretty sure that no one had brought a ladder up there since I started working. Then I started to feel this really strong, like stench, like the smell of decay and death. And I remember thinking, oh my god, someone's in the hospital, but like, how can they be in the hospital? Like, where are they? And then I started seeing these shadows moving around the room. I remember thinking, this has got to be the scariest place on earth right now. So I started to scream for help, you know, to get somebody over there. But no one could hear me because I was literally screaming into the vents. So I started making my way towards the door. But before I could get out of the room, I felt something grab my ankle and drag me down. I screamed, obviously, and I tried to get away from it, but it kept pulling me back. And then it started to whisper in my ear. It said, let go of your post. You're not alone. Let go of your post. You're not alone. And then I started to black out. When I came to, I was sitting on the floor with my patient's chart in my lap. I don't remember much after that. I just remember blacking out and then waking up in my car in the parking lot. I don't even remember getting to my car. I don't remember anything after that. When I got to work the next day, I told my boss what happened and he just laughed and was like, yeah, that happens to a lot of people who work the night shift, and then he just walked away.